tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. This is when I'm going to start to try and do the daily trudges. I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm sharing this stuff to the wrong place. Couple of groups got it doubled, but they're my groups, so it doesn't matter. I can take care of that pretty easily. I'm going to throw it in a couple extra groups today. Let's get over to WhatsApp. The group chat is more important than the other groups because those are my friends, and they're going to get tired of it. They're going to be like, Dion, will you stop sharing? Will you stop sharing today? You know what? I'm not going to worry about that. I got enough going on today. All right. Hi, Ingrid. Good to see you. You're going to enjoy that noon meeting. I won't be able to make it today. I have got my hair cut. Yay! This is called a number 6. My daughter just took clippers to my hair. I had to do something, man. I had to do something. But I won't be able to make it to the noon meeting today. But you'll be fine. They're a great set of people. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Feel free to tell them that Dion sent you, and that if they're mean to you, that I will yell at them. I'm kidding. They're not mean, but they're a bunch of old coots, man. And not all of them. Not all of them. There's some people your age, some people my age, but it's got some great long-term sobriety in it. It really does. It's a bunch of people that talk like me. I love going to it because I feel a part of that group. You know, I feel like an old timer because I kind of am. 7.5 years right now, but gosh, I've been doing it 34 years. So thank you, Ingrid. I appreciate that. Shorter than I wanted, but so what? I need to start looking respectable. So, which means I'm going to have to put on a nice shirt today too. And some pants. How it works. That's right. It always goes back. My grandpa on my mom's side had a full head of hair. I'm not going bald, so. But my forehead does look exceptionally bigger today. So I've got to do introductions. And we're going to do how it works to the ABCs. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion, and I'm going to be, I almost said I'm Dion, I'm an alcoholic, and I'm going to be your host. How it grows. It grows with honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness, right? Leisure. Good to see you. I like that 3D printing. Let me know how much it is, and when I have enough money, I'm going to get one that says the Club Trudge. I'm gonna get one of those. Those look pretty cool. I think that'd be a nice little thing to put in the front so that people know that they're entering the Club Trudge. So let me know how much those are, Leisure, and I'll see if I can get together some money. It'll be a while. I had to go for the clippers for my haircut, so that tells you. All right. How it works, chapter 5, page 58. Let me get a little talking juice here. This was the end of the ice bag, so it's more like a slushy. Yeah. Why do I feel like it's summertime? It's weird. I feel different during the summertime. It's kind of how I feel right now. All right. Chapter 5, how it works. Rarely. Rarely means not often. Means kind of doesn't happen. Means if you do it, you're going to get the same type of results. Have we seen a person fail who's thoroughly followed our path? Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. I watch it a lot. Got a couple of them in our group right now. I've been around AA for 8 years, but I can't seem to get more than a year. But I seem to be able to talk on every topic, and I'm an expert on it. When I came back into the program, because you have to remember, I had 12 years. I was a drug and alcohol counselor. Wasn't any reason for me to go back out. Okay? Any supposed reason. It doesn't do you any good. You forget it. Okay? My self-knowledge didn't do a lick of good. Actually, that's not true. My self-knowledge got a lot of other people sober, even while I was drinking. You see, I thought that because I had had a chunk of sobriety that I knew better. No, it doesn't work that way. Once you've decided to go back to drinking, it literally converts almost immediately back to the way it was. Almost immediately. It doesn't take long. Okay. And it doesn't take long because you were relapsing well before you took the actual drink. The drink is the final step in the relapse. There are steps before that. Okay. But what they will not is completely give themselves. You got to give all. You got to let go of all of it. You have to stop fighting everything. You only have to change one thing, everything. Okay? I find that people that are a little bit older have a harder time with this. They have a harder time with it. Okay? I had a harder time doing the first step when I was 45 and off a lot worse than when I was 18. Okay? Because my disease had progressed. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. And there it is. See, I couldn't be honest about it. I didn't know how. I didn't realize there was another side until somebody came along and said, Dion, did you think of it this way? And I said, no. And that makes sense. How come nobody ever told it to me that way? And then I go home and I tell it to my wife, and she'd be like, I've been telling you that for 5 fucking years. Fuck. So when we sit down with another alcoholic, let's remember they're as honest as they can be. That's it. They are not honest. They don't know how to be yet. Okay. They're such unfortunates. They're not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. We're born this way. They proved it. We're born this way. Yep. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Born an alcoholic. I'm going to die an alcoholic. Okay. But I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm okay with that, where I'm actually grateful that I am. Okay. That naturally means it just happens for us. We're naturally incapable of developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Okay? Honesty is not here. It is here. It is here in your tummy. Your honesty resides in your tummy. Okay? It stops you from doing things like murdering people. It's called a conscience. We can call it ethics. We can call it a lot of different things. But really, what it comes down to is right or wrong. Right or wrong? Are we doing the right thing or are we doing the wrong thing? Well, I always thought I was doing the right thing, even though I knew it was wrong. And I know that that makes sense to you. A normie's going to go, huh? But you guys are going to be like, yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, all the crazy thoughts in my head, if I say them in an AA meeting, people are going to go, yeah, yep, mm-hmm. Those are my homies, man. Those are my boys, my girls, my peeps, right? Their chances are less than average. God, it sucks. Okay. Our chances are less than average. So we've got to do everything that we can to help that newcomer set themselves up to succeed. Okay. We can do that too. How do we do that? We do that, number one, by starting the morning with prayer. That's going to, the first time you do it, you might be in a bad mood. When you're done, it's like, oh, I feel a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one, huh? Let's put that up real quick. I love that part of the program. I might not have made it if I had the ability to be dishonest. Chronic honesty saved my butt for once. Yeah, about time it became useful. I hear you. That's why I'm laughing at it. And then here comes a lot of us. This is me right here. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. I'm here. I had to be very honest with myself. Okay. When my wife took me to the therapist, okay, and I let my wife sit in there because I trust her 100%. It doesn't bother, and I needed her there. Right. And my wife and my therapist spent months convincing me that I had PTSD. I completely denied it in the beginning. Why? Because PTSD comes with denial also. But the main thing is because I was tired of being called names. I was tired of it. All my life has been about fucking diagnosis. I'm tired of it. Going through a diagnosis right now for ADHD. I don't want to fucking do it, man. I don't. My brain is like, I am so tired of hearing about your mental illnesses. Okay. Are those stories disclosed in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now? That's how you tell your story. If you decide you want what we have, so there's the first requirement. If you want what we have, which is a happy, useful life, and you're willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. My sponsor said 3 through 12. In other words, he was saying that those two steps were 1 and 2. Okay. I think that happens. I think that's a step before the steps. Okay. But he got it from his sponsor. He got it from his sponsor. So I'm going to go with what they say. And some of these we balked. Okay. Don't be a fucking chicken. Do it. Okay. And here's the thing, we thought we could find an easier, softer way. I'm going to tell you something. My brain, your brain, every alcoholic brain, every brain on the earth is looking to do one thing, the easier, softer way. Okay. Instead, let's replace that with work smarter, not harder. Let's replace that with something else. Okay. Because The easier, softer way is not going to do you any good. Okay? And your brain doesn't know better yet. When my brain goes for the easier, softer way, I say, why? Because God's plans are probably different than mine. That's it. Okay? I'm getting ready to have a pretty deep discussion with somebody over at the Colorado Consortium for Prescription. Okay? And this person has a lot of power. Okay? And I'm calling out a lot of people today. But I've got to do it the right way. Do I not? Do I not? Okay, I have to stick to fact. I have to think of these things before I do anything. What are my intentions here? Well, I'll tell you my intentions: to create recovery equity. That's my only intention. And if that means I got to get rid of bullies to do it, I'm going to do it. Okay? So, you're a rat. No, this is recovery, and misinformation in recovery kills. That makes you a murderer. I'd rather be a rat than a murderer. Just say it. All right. But we could not. Okay. Millions of alcoholics before you tried to find the easier, softer way and couldn't. So what makes you think you're going to do it? Period. Sorry. You're not any smarter than anybody that came before you. We are not any smarter than the people that wrote this book. In fact, I guarantee that Bill Wilson would probably walk circles around every single one of us. Okay? We do not. So when people say we need to change the big book, is outdated, no. It is not outdated. It is in plain English, and you need to go get a dictionary. Okay? That reminds me, one of the things that we're doing for the meetings is, let's say we're going along and there's a word that a lot of people don't know, then up on the screen is going to the definition is going to appear on the screen, on the TV screen for Zoom, so that you know what the word frickin' means. Okay, it's one of the things that I'm adding to the meeting to make it just a little bit better. Okay, I went back and forth. I'm off topic now. That's okay. I kind of need to end. Let's do this. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, and powerful. Okay, and patient. Why? Because it's patient. Okay, alcohol isn't. It doesn't have a soul. It is not alive. It will continue to be around. Okay. You can't avoid it. You're going to have to come to terms and utilize the things that you have. All right. Half measures avail us nothing. All right. Half measures will get you nothing. This is an all-in proposition. Hi, Michelle. I was just wrapping up, honey. I'm sorry. And I usually go longer, but I've got a meeting that I have to prepare a little bit for. A lot of cool meetings. The executive director of the Pueblo Rescue Mission is coming on. I don't know why. All I did was ask, right? Okay. But I haven't had anybody, she doesn't know me from Adam. So I'm wondering, this is what happened. She put out a post. She'd been there for 2.5 years. And I love Pueblo Rescue Mission. I love them. They make me happy. Okay, they are doing great things. I love them. Woo! If the whole state was like Pueblo Rescue Mission, we'd be top dog, man. We'd be top dog. And I told her, hey, I appreciate everything that you've done as a person that's been homeless. I get what you're doing. Turns out her sister died, had an OD. Okay, and that's the reason she got into it. And I just made a comment. I said, would you like to be on the show? And now I'm getting texts or messages saying when. But what confuses me is this. How the fuck does she even know me? She just said, I mean, literally, she said, what time? When do you want to do it? So I don't know if that's just God giving me, or if maybe my reputation has made it down there. And I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Because people don't usually jump on podcasts without knowing people, especially when you're the executive director. It just, so. And those are answers, those are questions I may never have answers to. I don't know. But it's happening. Yeah. Yeah, Ingrid, you're right. Maybe it's just because I asked. Maybe it was just because maybe she's been waiting for somebody to ask her. Right. And when somebody did, and so when I did, that could be it too. Thanks, man. I think I'm just going to go with that one. It happened just because I asked. And we'll leave it at that. Anything beyond that is ego driven. It is. And see, that's how we have to be honest with ourselves. I could have gone the other route. Oh, I'm too popular. No. Ugh. That just feels nasty. All right. Throw me some prayers today. I need them. I love you all. Thanks for being here. Leisure, Ingrid, and Michelle. Good to see you all. I love you all. And I love you, rewatchers. So be a rewatcher. All right. I love you. Peace out. Have a